Hey, welcome back to the Espresso Outlet and Turin YouTube channel. And today we're going to do another unboxing for you. Today we have the brand new Turin CF64V. And some of you might be scratching your head, don't you already have a 64mm variable speed grinder? And the answer is yes, we actually do. But this grinder is built quite a bit different than the other grinders. So as we're unboxing, we'll just go through some of the things that are different about this grinder. So let's go ahead and get started. I do usually like to make a comment on how well things are padded, and I really like the padding that they have chosen on these Turin grinders. It does a great job of protecting the product to make it to your house safely. Now we're just going to start pulling things out as we see them. First, we have a black dosing cup. Next, we have the bellow and the lid. And I believe last we have the grinder. In this case, there are a handful of accessories. You have your cleaning brush and some replacement rubber feet, as well as a couple of Allen keys to service your grinder. Okay, so here is a first quick look at the grinder. You can see that it is very different in the way that it's manufactured. Instead of the motor being vertical, it's actually mounted horizontally, which allows you to have a vertical oriented burst. So your retention is going to be very low. And this is the main design thought process for this new grinder style. Let's go ahead and put the bellow on real quick. It is the same bellow that is used on the DF64 Gen 2 and the DF83. And we also have our new black dosing cups. They look really good. Going through some of the features of this grinder, we start with the power switch, and it's a nice small toggle power switch. Sounds like it was left on. And then we have our variable RPM dial. So it maxes out at about 1800 RPMs and goes down to 800 RPM. So gives you a pretty wide range of variable RPM. Next, it's kind of hidden, but we do have a knocker. And it's really easy to use. You just simply push it back with your thumb and it will knock some of the grounds free. Turning it around, we have our main power button. So you have your toggle switch to turn on and off if you don't want to leave the display on at night. And you have the button to start and stop the grinder. You can see in the front, it's kind of like the DF83V, where we have this dial that rotates around to various different settings. To access behind it, instead of unscrewing the whole top, we actually have a magnetic faceplate, which is kind of a nice addition, as well as 4 Allen head screws. I have taken this apart. It is quite easy to take apart and clean and do maintenance on. Next, let's take a quick look at the new anti-popcorn design that they've put on this. So we do have the bellows that you've seen on many of our Turin products, and it comes off, it's the same bellow as the DF64 Gen 2, as well as the 83. But it has this new kind of smoked clear plastic on the top, and it is screwed down. There are 2 screws if you ever needed to remove this for whatever reason, but it's pretty much just built in. And it's a really interesting design where it slopes back, and then it slopes back forward into the grinder. So far it's worked fantastic. I haven't gotten any popcorning. So I mentioned that this does have a vertical burr set. We have chosen the 64mm DLC burrs. This is a standard burr option for this grinder. And we'll show a picture up on the screen, but there is a small feed auger, and it's not really a pre-breaker. It's really just there to consistently and reliably feed those beans into the burrs. You don't want them all going in at once. You want just that nice feed rate into the burrs. So I found that to be a really nice addition to this grinder. So I think for today, we're going to keep this unboxing short and sweet, but I do ask to hit the like and subscribe button if you're wanting to see more on this grinder, as within the next coming days and weeks, we'll be doing more extensive testing, pulling espresso shots, doing pour over brews, and just showing you the full features of this grinder. But for today, I appreciate you guys tuning in.